What is going on, guys? It's Justin with Go Crazy Card Collecting. Again, it takes me forever to get these videos out these days. I've been busy transitioning jobs. Not going to make excuses. I'm not going to say I'm back over and over and over again. That was kind of a joke that I was saying to Billy a couple weeks ago, is that every time I make a video, I feel like I say, hey, I'm back. It's been a while. I'm going to get back in. But it is what it is. You know, I'm busy. I just can't make a video every week right now. We've just got things going on, and so it's been kind of rough, but I do love this community. I love you guys, and so I'm just going to keep coming back whenever I can. Hopefully you guys are staying tuned and hanging out and just enjoying these cards with me and stuff like that, and I will watch and comment as I can. I haven't been able to do that a lot, and I miss a lot of these videos, and so I'm going to go back and try to catch up, try to reach out to a few of you guys that I'd been talking to and things like that. So a couple things I have on the slate for here in the near future is in a couple weeks. First of all, my son's playing in an all-star tournament, which is really awesome. He played for this team throughout this past season, and then he was asked to be on an all-star team, and so we're playing in a tournament on Father's Day weekend, so that's going to be really cool. And then the weekend after that, there's a card show in Missouri, and a bunch of my buddies, YouTube buddies, are going to be out at this card show, and hopefully I can go and hang out with them and crash at Billy's place, Billy Ball Game, and just hang out with them. And, you know, his wife is the sister of one of my best friends growing up, and so it'd be great to get to talk to her and just hang out with them. And what a wonderful family, precious family, and they're great people. So that'll be really awesome. And I do want to share a few things with you guys. I think first of all, I'm going to make a video soon of all the stuff. I've been moving stuff out of my office at my band director office at the school I'm transitioning out of. And so there's a bunch of baseball stuff. I have a lot of fun stuff that I had in that office. And so I'm going to do a show and tell, I think, on my next video in a few days. But right now, I just want to share some things with you guys, some pickups, some a gift, which was really, really awesome, and some things like that. And the first thing I want to share with you guys are a couple pickups I had. I didn't have any of these Redman cards, and so I had seen some on Facebook, and one was George Kell, which is right there. I was pretty pumped about that. Love this card. These are so awesome. I got it with the tab. So cool. Just a wonderful card. That image, what's funny is this is the 53. On the 52, he is still with the Tigers. It's the exact same image, and it just doesn't have, I think the 52. Yeah, the 52. It doesn't have the stadium in the background and stuff like that, but it's the same image. It's interesting. Anyway, if I'm wrong about any of that, but I think it's the exact same image. It just has the Tiger stuff still. And so this is George Kell. He's an Arkansas boy, and that's where I live. And so here's that card. I did get an Eno Slaughter. This one's in pretty rough shape, but I love it. I got it for really, really cheap. So that's great looking. I love the Cardinal logo. I just love this card. I'll probably upgrade it, but I got it for cheap. I didn't know if I would like these or not. Of course I would, but and then I got this Eddie Robinson. If you guys don't know who Eddie Robinson is, there's a podcast. I've talked about this before on this channel, that I listen to. I have a mowing business throughout the summer as a band director, and I listen to the Golden Age of Cardboard all the time. By the way, I don't know what happened there. It won't let me follow it anymore on Apple Podcasts. Like, it kicked me out, and I just have to go search for it every single time. Every time I hit follow, I don't know. If I'm doing something wrong and you know what that is, just let me know. But there's a podcast called The Golden Age of Baseball with Eddie Robinson. And I had stumbled upon that because I was searching for the Golden Age of Cardboard, because I have to do that over and over again now. And what I found was Eddie Robinson played in the 40s and 50s, and he at the time he made this podcast a few years ago, he was the oldest living baseball player. And so he has a book, and I don't have it, and I want to get it. called Eddie Robinson, My 65 Years of Baseball, or something like that. And so, or Lucky Me, My 65 Years in Baseball. He became an executive. I mean, just awesome stories. And I'll let you in on one of them, just one of the stories, just so you can see where, like, he talks about his military service in World War II and things like that. But so he was playing for the Indians at the time, and it was the Babe Ruth day, and Babe Ruth was there, and he had told the story of they were in the visitors' locker room, but when Babe played, that locker room was the home locker room, and so that's where he wanted to change for to come out onto the field. And so he was in the visiting locker room with the Indian players, and they were all sitting there, and Eddie tells the story of how he already looked pretty sick, and that he was already having a hard time getting around. And so he grabbed a bat, and he handed Babe the bat, and he said, use this bat as a cane. And he walks, Babe takes that bat out with him and uses it as a cane. And that's that famous picture of Babe looking out to the outfield at Yankee Stadium, kind of leaning on this bat. And so that's the bat. Like, Eddie handed him that bat. Well, it ended up being a Bob Lemon bat. It had Bob Lemon's name on it. But when Babe came back in, he gave the bat back to Eddie, and Eddie asked him if he would sign it. So later on, Eddie goes to own this restaurant, and it's like the focal point of his restaurant, this bat. And I'm going to give some stuff away. There's so much in this podcast. So this is one story. But he goes on to sell it later on in, I think, the 80s. He finally decides to sell this bat to a collector, and he sells it for $10,000. I think he was saying at the time of the podcast, he thinks it's in the Indians Hall of Fame at their stadium. But can you imagine that bat? It's a Bob Lemon bat, issued bat, signed by Babe Ruth, used in that famous photo. It went for $10,000 in the 80s. And so, pretty wild. He has lots of stories like that. So please, you should check him out. Now, it's kind of hard to follow. They're real short, and they chop up and stuff because he's, in his 90s at the time. And I think there's 20-something episodes. And so go check those out. Really neat. But I found this Eddie Robinson Redman card, and I just wanted to pick it up for that reason. Kind of a connection. I have those, all the time. I picked up this, Billy has shared and talked about how he's selling his graded card collection, and, I wanted to buy one of those from him and figure that out. And so he cut me a great, great deal on this, 9.5. I was born in 83. So this is 83 Ozzie. I'm a big Cardinals Ozzie Smith fan. And so this is a great card. This will never leave my collection, and it means a lot to me. Thank you, Billy. Really, really awesome. I'm excited to have it. Love it. And I'll cherish this card. So thank you so much. And then, John from Nerding Out with Cards and I have been trying to connect. And I think you guys can tell me this. If you mention your channel in a comment on another person's channel, does YouTube automatically delete that comment? Because I've done that before and my comment just disappeared. And John had made a comment on one of my, and I don't know, John may have deleted it. I don't know. But John had made a comment on one of my videos and said, hey, if you come over to my channel page and get my email address, then we can connect, because I've got a couple cards for you. And so I tried to do that, and then the comment was gone off of I didn't delete it, but it was gone off of my video. And so I don't know what's going on there. I think that happens. I think that if you try to, he wasn't promoting his channel by any means, but if you say, hey, come check out my channel, it just automatically deletes it. So I don't know. It just, in my experience, I feel like that's what's happened. So a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I did a video where I talked about this from my childhood, and it's got 1952, almost said 51. It does not have the 51 Topps cards. 1952 Topps through 1987 Topps Cardinals cards. And I've decided to make it kind of a thing to collect this, which is awesome because my budget is really low. Every once in a while I get some money for a bigger card, but I can get a lot of these for pretty cheap. And so John tried to connect with me to say, hey, I've got some that you might want, and so I'll send them your way. We were never able to really connect, and then Billy texted me, and he said, hey, John from Nerd Network Cards asked for your address. Is that cool with you? Do you mind? I'm like, not at all. That's awesome. That'll be great. And so he gave him my address, and John sent me a little gift package with 2 cards in it. So when I shared, I've got several of the 53s, quite a few of the 54s and 55s. I'm going to have to get some 56s, but anyway, yeah, I got 57s, some 58s, but I've got a lot of holes in all of those. None of them are complete. I don't get anything complete until I get to 68, which I've got the entire set. And then the 70s, I've got several complete from that 75. And anyway, so John sends me this care package, and I'm over the moon with these cards. I'm so excited about these cards. John, these cards are beautiful. Thank you so much. It means a lot. 1952, Enos Slaughter. I mean, just a beautiful card. Nicely centered. It's not perfect. It's a little off down here. I mean, just great. There are no creases on it. Just a great card. Thank you so much, John. That's so awesome. And the red Shane Dienst, both from 52. And they're both beautiful. These will go in that binder project with pride. And John, they will stay in my collection forever. And I will think about your generosity every time I look at these 2 cards. Very awesome. I'm excited to make new friends. That means a lot, John, fellow Cardinal fan. Cardinals are on rain delay. They've been playing pretty hot, and then they've lost 3 straight. And so I needed them to come back tonight and win, and now it's a delay. So they'll play 2 games tomorrow. Hopefully they can take them over Kansas City. They should have won last night. They had it in the bag, but gave up some stuff late. Anyway, thanks, guys. Have a good one. Go crazy card collecting, and I'll see you guys on the flip, whatever the heck that means. Bye.